nirmamaḥ śobhate dhīraḥ samaloṣṭāśmakāñcanaḥ subhinah hridaya granteh vinirduta raja tamas. The wise one, who is devoid of his ego, and to whom a clod of earth, a precious stone, and a bar of gold are all the same, whose knots of the heart are cut asunder, and who has cleansed himself of all his rajas, tamas, he shines. Chinmaya has written in another verse commentary that the self-realized sage shines with an unearthly glow of godly perfection. Here also it says he shines. Unearthly glow of godly perfection. This can be felt and experienced only by very few who have accepted such a sage as their guru. Any imagination like light, glow, etc. are at earthly level. To those who know him and have observed a Jivan Mukta from very close quarter and have been his follower, they can experience this glow in him, which is not physical glow, but an unearthly glow. The glow of his purity, the glow of his perfection, the glow of his union with self, the glow of his abidance in self. The glow is of a subtle nature, nothing to do with the apparent glow as per the definition of glow. It is the glow of internal purity. It is the state which does not have any of the avarna, vikshepa, rajas, tamas, avidya, etc. Then Ashtavakra goes on to say, he sees no plurality. He has given 3 examples in this verse and states that he has no plurality, no differentiation between them. He exists as infinite self. In one of the verses he taught, he is even beyond the infinite space, as the infinite space merges into the self that he exists as. He exists as changeless self. See this line which he had written while in Bhiwadi. How this goes on to align with the latest Shivarahasya talks to few of you. He says he exists as the light before which any darkness of ignorance is totally incapacitated. Now link it with the Shiva, the light. This Shiva, the light, this part was also explained in the Shiva Shiva Shambho Mahesha Girisha. Last part. There is no subject-object duality experienced by the sage, even when his eyes seeing various objects. Existing thus, how can he see any plurality? Chinmaya writes, even any little disturbance, if at all, at the subtlest level, he experiences that as a ripple in consciousness and smiles that disturbance away. So when he writes ripple in consciousness, the consciousness has never been lost by him. A small disturbance comes and goes. Consciousness stays as it is. It is like when we throw a stone in a river, the ripples are formed for few seconds and then the ripples are gone. What remains is changeless river. Similarly, any plurality, even if seen in this world of objects, for him the plurality is as insignificant, as short-lived like the ripple on the river, in the river. The ripples go away in no time. Consciousness stays changeless, motionless. He has eliminated his limited mortal ego. Therefore, to him, things which are considered as precious and covetable by the ignorant worldly men are of no consequence at all. His knots of heart are cut asunder, says Ashtavakra. Hridaya Granthi, Avidya Kama Karma. Avidya is what? Actually, what is the ignorance? The ignorance is that the impression that I am this body. This I am this body is the starting point and not the ignorance of one's divine nature, because this ignorance of one's real nature can never be experienced, cannot be known as to where from it came. Kama. From this I am, this body, arise desires to satisfy the body, mind and intellect. Physical desires, mental desires. Mental desires are endless. Intellectual desires. Karma. Man takes up karma to satisfy all his desires. physical, mental, intellectual. He keeps dharma aside, he keeps all moral rules aside and takes up any action even if they are very mean and immoral. He takes all of them to satisfy his desires. Whereas for a Jivan Mukta, all these things are not valid because the starting point, first impression, I am this body, is not in him. And lastly, the verse says he has no tamas or rajas. Tamas, avarna shakti, veiling the truth of one's real identity, which is avidya. Rajas is vikshepa shakti, projecting yourself with your mind and indulging in action, kama and karma. All the spiritual activities are aimed at lifting the rajas from us. Meditation is to lift the tamas from us. The Jivan Mukta, who shines with an unearthly glow of perfection, who sees no plurality, has risen above rajas, tamas, and even sattvic nature to exist as pure sattva. Just flipping through the page of the commentary. It's a long commentary actually. But the essence has already been covered, so we will leave that. Hari Om Tat Sat.